Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Four Dads Podcast Tees with Don Julio. Just wanted to start things off by saying again, thank everyone for your support. We reached over 100 views on Spotify, which is pretty monumental for us. I mean, we just started this just two dads who love golf and want to talk golf, want to talk sports, and we really appreciate all the support, especially on TikTok. I know we are eclipsing like 750 followers. We've gained at least 100 over the last week or so. And we're trying to get to 1,000. And the main reason for that is so we can push more content. Plus, I believe we can do our podcasts on there. So
Yeah, so we can go live now from TikTok. If we get over 1,000, we get ourselves a stream key. We can really bring it to you guys and get involved with you guys. You guys can ask us questions. Yeah, I mean, we're like, thank you again for all the awesome support. We still have a lot of hats left.
mhm.
Hit us up, you know, DM us, get yourself a hat. You know, like we just are so grateful for all the support. And again, give us feedback of what you guys want to see more of.
Yeah.
If you guys, yeah, you guys want to see more on course play, like Tees is super good at that. I'm trying to figure it out. I think I might need to get a GoPro again or something. But
But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, over the weekend, one of us had a really cool experience on a golf course, while the other one played a local track. But Don Julio was over in the Monterey Peninsula area. Tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, man. So it was kind of like a last hoorah for Tony. We had him on the podcast since he's going to be having his baby girl uh, at any minute now.
Oh,
Within the
dang.
next, yeah, probably within like either the next week or a little bit longer. Um, so it was his last little hoorah. So we got to go down to 17 Mile Drive and play Spyglass, and my God, was it a treat! Was it just an absolute perfect day? On my way driving up, it was raining all the way through until I got to San Jose to pick up my buddy, and literally, rain stopped. The clouds cleared, beautiful sun. It was 65 degrees with hardly any wind, and like even the guys in the pro shop were like, we were the last tee time we played at 3 o'clock.
Dang, did you get it
um,
in? Did you get it in fully?
yeah. I mean,
Wow.
we played in 4 hours on the dot.
Hmm.
And those three were walking, and I was in a cart just because I knew everyone had a bunch of stuff. So I was like, I'll take the cart.
Hmm.
But um, it was incredible. I mean, I shot a 76 with no birdies. I mean, putts within 6 feet were insane. Like
Tough.
you couldn't figure out where it was going. And like what's crazy is normally when you're playing courses that are like right on the ocean, you got to know where the ocean's at
Hmm.
because that's typically where it's going to break. It did the complete opposite.
Oh, dang.
It did the complete opposite. And
Wow.
so like all of us, I mean, it was crazy. My buddy Josh had like maybe 4 birdie attempts and like hit the hole every time, just burning edges. It was
That's
wild, man.
tough.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's awesome, dude. I had the exact opposite experience. Shot a 94. My first time not breaking 90 since probably since college. No, maybe after college. I don't know. Regardless, it's been at least like 5 to 7 years, and I just could not figure it. I probably had at least 40 putts. My putter was what really threw me off. I think I had like 2 to 3 putts, one four putt, my first ever four putt, reached a par five in two, four putted for bogey. My putter 100% let me down. I was trying something new in the sense of where I stand on my putter. Usually, obviously, it's either down the middle of the stance is traditional, or a little bit in front. The ball in front of your stance. But while I was practicing with my new Scotty Cameron Phantom X 5.5 or whatever, when I do long putts, it would bounce like crazy coming off if I had to hit it hard from that. So I would try the ball where it is in my stance, and I push it back a little bit, just a little bit, and it seemed to roll a lot more smooth that way. And I was just not used to putting anything besides a long putt with that stance, and I was just horrendous. It was atrocious.
Yeah, if you're getting bounces as weird as this may be, you got a little too much forward lean. so you're coming down on the ball
Oh, okay.
compared to like having just a steady little forward leaning and hitting up on the putt.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Okay.
I went through that too, and that's why I stick with the blade because with a mallet I try and get too particular with it, and yeah, I mean my Phantom X, is great. I love it. I mean, I kind of miss it in the bag, but I just putt a lot better with a blade putter. I think it's
Yeah.
just because my putting stroke may not be the most consistent at times, but I get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. So one of us had a fun experience. One of us was just waiting to get off the course and couldn't wait. I mean, great weather though. It was great weather. Had some great drives.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, I
just
saw that.
literally inside. Like I had one. I think it was the fourth hole where you have one that's the par four, the par three, another par four, and then the second par four on the fourth hole that is the water's on the right.
Yeah,
Where
number 10.
you might be able to reach it, but like
Yeah.
it could come into play. Great
Hmm.
drive, right down the middle. The guy I'm playing with that we get paired up with, there's some geese standing just to the right, just to the left of the water. Literally shanks one and hits a freaking goose, man. Um,
I got
eh,
attacked by a goose. They got the Canadian geese out there,
very
and
territorial.
oh well, I mean, they all got their little ones right now, so it's like
Oh,
you
dude,
have
there
to be.
was some ones there. There was
Yeah.
some babies there. Yeah.
Hmm. So
Hmm.
that's where if you get too close, they come after you, and normally they just mind their own thing. But I think the most beautiful thing about Spyglass was the deers. There was
Mm.
so many deers, dude, and like tons of turkeys. I mean, it it was perfect. It was like, you everything just went together hand in hand, and
Hmm.
like even some of the birds like are actually the turkeys. I mean, me and my buddies, we were hitting great drives, but those turkeys are damn smart. They'll just sit there and they'll like look, and then all of a sudden they move out of the way. There was a bunch of turkeys in the middle of the fairway, and me, Tony, and Josh, we each had a drive that, like, I mean, you could balance a table with how close our golf balls were, and there was a bunch of turkeys right there, and they all moved out of the way. Like, we were kind of like, are they watching the ball as it's coming down or what? Like, it's crazy.
Oh man, that is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
But let's jump into the news at Good Golf. I know you've seen the video.
Yeah, man.
I don't know who hasn't seen the video, who isn't into golf. I'll probably be putting it on right now just for you to just for everybody else to see it.
I would let Garrett hit me with the ball. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not saying. Oh no, big one's still gonna go. Where'd it go?
It was honestly kind of crazy how it happened. It looked like, all these YouTube golfers that are really good golfers, I know it was Garrett from Good Golf, and their whole squad is honestly really good. I know Garrett and
Hmm.
Grant at the time when it all started were, I would say, at close to scratch, if not better, if not
Yeah.
pluses. But on those videos, there's never a group of people surrounding him like they do at a PGA tournament for, the tee
Hmm.
boxes. Just like when you and I were at Pebble Beach, we were literally on the left down the way where he was teeing off, and people were surrounding him. I think they have like a YouTuber tournament going on right now for like $100,000, some insane prize.
Hmm.
So the best YouTubers out there are there, and this video shows Garrett shank one into the crowd,
No,
and
he didn't even shank it. It looked like it looked like he was trying to bend it around the corner, and he hit like a stinger. I mean, if you watch his swing, he cuts it off like at his
yeah,
at his
hmm
hip, which he always talks about when he's at like a top golfer, he's doing his trick shots on the range. Like, when you hit a good stinger, it's you cut it off. And if you look at him when he hit that, he totally cut it off. And I was
oh,
like,
100%.
dude, like, I mean, he absolutely annihilated that guy. And what was even crazier is that the freaking guy goes and says, like, oh man, I would love to get hit by Garrett, like, right now. And sure enough, I mean, talk about manifesting what you said. Like, he got dosed, and to me, like, I think it really speaks to a testament of like how focused and how good PGA players are.
Oh,
Like, to
100%.
have, yeah, to have the thing that blows my mind still too is like he had so like why not just go with a driver and go over the top of the tree with the draw that he hits all the time? Like, why go with a 3 wood? You know?
Bold
Um,
move, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.
yeah, yeah, literally. And so that was the one thing that I was thinking. I was like, what was he doing? But they had a couple actual like pros there. I think they had like Ben, um God, I forget what the guy's name is. We saw him at the PGA Pro Am. Uh why do I want to say like Ben Hostler, but I don't think.
No, that's Bo. That's Bo Hostler. Do you mean Bo
Yeah,
Hostler?
it's not. No, they don't
Okay.
have Bo. But the guy's name was Ben something. But he's been in a bunch of PGA Tour events. They had 3 actual pros in
Dang.
that tournament. Um, and yeah, man. I mean, it just unfortunate. I mean, like, you could tell he was shaking up, dude. Like, the fact of like the video of him going up to the kid in the cart and like shaking his hand.
Dude, he didn't
Apparently, he
make
could.
eye contact. He didn't make
He
eye
didn't make
contact. He
eye.
looked
Yeah,
so uncomfortable. And I'm just like, I get it, but like, dude, like, all these cameras are on you right now. Everyone's going to be watching
yeah,
every moment from
yeah.
here on out. But
I mean, the kid got free good gear for life, but
I
in
mean,
my opinion,
he got screwed over. He ruined it. He could have got so much better. Like good apparel. Like really, like even if I were to get like free FootJoy apparel for life, like cool. But like you could have easily gotten a little bit more than that,
you
in
could have
my
gotten
opinion.
killed. You could have
Yes,
gotten
yes.
killed.
I don't think that's
Oh,
something he wanted, but but Garrett walked
yeah.
out of that one with nothing. I mean, think about it. That's all taxed off anyway. They can write that
No,
off.
it's
Well,
not. It's not. It's not even that, man. Like, well, I mean, there's that too, but like the liability. I mean, this was just at a regular course. Like, they don't have officials. You don't have medical staff out there. Like, you can't attend to any of this stuff. Like, for that to happen, he dodged a huge bullet.
dude,
Huge
imagine he
bullet.
just laid on the ground and just like didn't move. Like,
Imagine if the ball was 2 inches to the left instead of hitting him in the shoulder, it nails him in the throat.
oh, it was in the shoulder. I didn't see where it was. I just saw him like go down. Wow. Okay,
Apparently,
so
well, yeah, apparently it hit him somewhere like up here in the chest area, like on the shoulder.
man, like Happy Gilmore, right? Like 364 more days left till hockey season. Gotta toughen up.
Yeah, literally,
Oh
literally.
man, that's
But
it's just crazy, but
yeah, no, I mean, like, it's just wow.
it's bound to
It,
happen, right? It's bound to happen.
yeah,
But
it's bound to happen.
I mean, like
But
you
I mean,
said,
still,
pros, like you said, like the intensity of pros and how that doesn't affect him. And I feel like if a professional or if like a college player, maybe not a college player, let's say like a high school player where there's really no one at the courses when they play their game, when they play their matches, unless it's like an amateur championship or something like that. Like they're not used to having those kind of people. But when you gradually move up with more people following you throughout your timeline, you get more accustomed to it, compared to just being on YouTube. And I think they've had a few events, but I don't know, man. I think it just was just bad timing because, like you said, he looked like he was trying to play a tough shot when it's like, dude, now's not the time to play a tough shot. You could kill somebody.
I don't know, man. I mean, he thinks he's the shit. I mean,
He is. I mean, good for
yeah,
him.
yeah. I mean, he thinks he's the shit. So you do what it is. But like I said, he got away with one there. He got away with one there.
That he did.
Yeah. So, dude, I don't know if you saw, but apparently during the live tournament in Australia, the course and like the members of the course they're so pissed off because apparently the course took some serious damage from the
From that tournament
uh
in Adelaide, right?
yeah, from the turn. Well, from but you remember how they did like the whole 16 type
Yep.
deal.
Mm-hmm.
So all the grass is like dead under there. There was a
Right.
crap ton of trash, which then like damaged more of the grass. They were pulling a bunch of trash out of like the ponds, and out of like the trees, the brushes, like all this stuff. And so they were pissed off about that, and they're saying there has to be some level, of like accountability. There has to be some level, of like responsibility as well for like, hey, you damaged our course. I just like, how do you avoid that from happening? I mean, even like the PGA, like that's something I've never even thought about. I mean, when we went to the Pro Am, right? Like you saw the massive, seating, sponsored seating areas, like with Rolex. They had the, I forgot the tequila in the back over there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, all
yeah.
those seats, but it's like, how does that not damage the grass? Do they put something down? Do they already have like pipes in the ground so that way you just lock it and build it up because they've had so many tournaments? Like, how do you avoid that? Because if you look at it, I mean, dude, the photos, the course looks atrocious on like the outside of the fairways.
Hmm. I mean, that's a good question. I do I know the exact answer? No, but
I'm a
what I would
freaking greenskeeper.
yeah, right. Let me just put my greenskeeper hat on really quick. But I mean, like, I know you've said before in the past, like I think I even asked you, I'm like, why don't they have like any like pro tournaments in like the Central Valley? Like, there's a lot of people. They have some great courses there, but you have pretty much your set PGA tour with all the locations that can hold all of these people and that have enough room to in between the holes that can potentially have grandstands if needed or like hold all those people. So I would assume that the locations that host these PGA tours, like the TPC Scottsdale or wherever they play the Waste Management Open, that you remove those, and it shouldn't really have too much of an impact on the grass because it's out of play. It's not as maybe it's not as far. I don't know what it is. They might just have prepared over the years. They've learned their lessons. I mean, when's the last time there's been a huge golf tournament in Australia this big? Um, I honestly couldn't tell you. But I mean, you would think that they would do what they can to prepare, but also the weather's really dry out there. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know if they didn't prepare for this many people or this many people that didn't throw things away because even at TPC Scottsdale, or I don't even know, is that what the course is, TPC Scottsdale?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where the
So
waste management's at.
it's waste management. So that's like what they're known for is cleaning up their trash. So like that's
Yeah.
the one tournament that if there is like all those beer cans and the amount of people that get hammered before they're even entering the course at like 6 a.m. is insane. But the tournament is literally after like a garbage company. So like they're gonna be extremely good because if they're not able to handle all this trash, like who can?
Well,
But I don't know. I mean,
but see, here's the other thing though, is like I don't think that it was more, or I don't think that it's like a trash issue. It's just the blatant disrespect of like the fans, right? So obviously, like when like again, just going to continue off of the experience that we had at the Pro Am,
mhm,
you had ushers, you had police people, you had security everywhere.
mhm,
So you don't really have a chance to like throw your bottle and say, "Oh, I didn't make it." Like, "Oh well, whatever. I'm just going to leave it there." Like they don't have that issue. I mean, you're talking about a piece of history that you're walking on with Pebble Beach. Like,
yeah,
you better respect it, and the environment that you're in. You know the history that's here. I mean, you see it all when you walk into through the gates.
mhm,
But for this being, not to dish or not to down talk it, but this being a country club, in Australia, people have been saying like it's the different types of fans, right? Like you're just your traditional fan that weekend warrior. You go out and play golf, like maybe
mhm.
you don't understand the equity, or I'm sorry, the
Oh yeah, 100%.
uh,
Hmm.
yeah,
The
not
golf
equity, but
etiquette,
the
etiquette,
yeah the etiquette.
etiquette.
Sorry,
Hmm. Hmm.
you're not you're not taking into account the etiquette of it. Obviously, live is a much different environment where
Especially with the
music
fans that
playing.
it brings. Yeah, it's a new crowd,
Exactly.
brand new
So
crowd.
so that's where they're saying like that people are frustrated because it's like how do you allow this to happen?
So,
Like
so with that in mind, I'm literally looking at a Golf Digest article right now, probably the one that you saw, where it mentioned everything. On the very bottom of it, I was looking at this, I think yesterday or today on our Four Dads podcast Twitter, and I saw like I always get suggested like live things because I'm always responding to live and PGA and all that, and there's like different live people that build their thing off of literally just the live tournament. And they were pissed about what was said, because in the original article it said that with for the next 6 months it's going to be hard to get everything back into play. Like the things that happened was terrible. It says on the very end, update, like in what do you call italics, update. Link later stated that both the east and west courses are already back in use. We are pleased, in quotes, we are pleased with how the courses recovered following such a fantastic event which showcased Grange to a global audience, Link said. Both courses are now back in play, with members enjoying excellent playing surfaces. This is a credit to our ground staff, who have worked tirelessly. We will work with the live team to remedy the minimal damage to the course caused by the infrastructure, which has not affected playing areas.
Yeah,
And
see, that was the thing that everyone was talking about, is like it wasn't the actual playing areas, it was just underneath, like the spilled beer, all the trash that got through the cracks, like all of that is like where it looks sore, or it was an eyesore to the members, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I still think if they host that every year, that's going to be a fun tournament to even experience every year. But yeah, did you watch any of the Wells Fargo Championship this weekend in Quail Hollow?
I didn't watch much golf at all this weekend. This weekend we took my little girl to her first Giants game, which was awesome. Even though they lost, she fell asleep for about the first 4 innings. But just the
kids, man.
I know.
No respect.
I spent $120 for these seats. No, but just like the like walking in, like she was amazed by like the city. She was amazed by the stadium. Like my sister was so sweet and got her like a jersey that says, my last name, and
yeah, I saw that. That was awesome.
And then Isis got me a jersey, and then went and put my last name with number 1, and we were walking around with it. It was awesome, man. Like she was just like so intrigued by like everything that was in the stadium. I mean, she was like a giggly baby. Everyone that walked by was like, "Oh my god, how cute!" She's just like, "Hey, hi, how are you?" So she had a great time. We had tons of beers. Just oh man, it's like no one really talks about like how exhausting the preparation is to like make sure you have everything when you're going somewhere.
Can't, because when you're there, nothing is worse than like being in a situation like, crap, did you bring the diapers, or crap, did you bring the wipes, or crap, did you bring something that is that is a necessity?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've been in that position more times than I would like. Like, Ali and I were having like a father daughter day, and I took her down to Carter's to go get her some summer clothes. I was like super stoked. I'm like, oh my god, I'm finding all this awesome stuff. And of course, since Carter's always has sales, it's like, oh dude, this is great quality stuff that you're getting. And all of a sudden, I just hear this, and she does like this face where she's like, and I'm like, oh no, you're not. And so then I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a brutal one. And of course, Carter's has like a super nice like changing room, for the kids. And I go and look at my backpack, and I'm like,
no.
I was like, no diapers? I was like, there's no way I forgot diapers. And then I remembered, so I have a very manly, like, man backpack. That's, I got the tactical baby gear stuff.
Yep, of course.
I got that. And so I have like my stuff set. But of course, Isis, my beautiful wife, she goes into my bag and takes all the stuff out. She took out like the extra clothes. She took out the pads. She took out all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like,
and conveniently didn't put it back.
And didn't put it back. And of course, me thinking like, well, we just went and did something yesterday. Like I know all that stuff's in there. Like not even thinking to check it. The only thing that I added in there was like her bottle, the formula,
right,
her binky,
right.
a little toy, all this different stuff. So I changed her diaper. I put back the little onesie that she had just had a blown out on, right? And basically, I rolled her over, like got water and soap, and like try to get out the poop as much as I could. And I looked at her and I literally was like, "It's gonna be a little bit chilly out there. I'm gonna cover you with your favorite blankie, but we're gonna have to wash your blankie once we get home because you can't put it in your mouth. So I'm gonna need you to hang with me, little girl. Like I'm gonna need you to really be a soldier. I'm gonna walk as fast as I can back to the car, and I'll change you at the car, and we're gonna go home." And she just kind of looks at me like to stare, like, eh. I was like, okay. And that dude, I've had that moment far too many times, and I'm just like, why? And it's always because my wife will just take something out of the bag, and then she's just like, oh, I'm gonna go put it in my little Disney bag because it's so cute. And I'm like, God damn it,
Dude, I'm that guy that's literally like, before we go, I always double check, because I mean my wife does a great job too. I mean, just I'm sure like your wife does, but like they have so much stuff on their mind. But I'm like, hey, if something happens, I'm gonna be the head one that has to go grab this. I'm gonna have to go do something. I'm gonna do something that I don't want to do, and it could have been avoided if we just double check everything. She's
Yep.
really good with double checking when we leave hotels. I'm usually just like, I got everything. Let's go.
I'm
She's like,
out.
well, she's like, let's just check something, and it comes out. Oh, did you need your shampoo? Oh, did you need your hat? And I'm like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
But like, my thing is definitely double and triple checking everything. So I'm like, especially because this weekend we have to go up for literally one day. Well, not we. I was gonna go up. I had to go up to Oakland for one day, for like literally like a day trip. And she's like, hey, let me go with you. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. That'll be fun. And because of that,
I
like,
love the hesitation. But yeah, that sounds great.
like we have to bring like the pack and play. We gotta bring all this extra stuff. Then, if we're lucky, we fit in our stuff. Which is the crazy thing, because the amount, like you said, the amount of stuff that you have to prepare and bring for the baby is insane. It really is. You don't think about it until like you're loaded up on the backpack, and you're just like, dude, like, we are good to go. Like, there's nothing that could happen, and then that one thing happens that you didn't prepare for happens. You're like, you got to be kidding me. But that's the life of being a parent.
I mean, we were thinking either like at the end of this month, like, yeah, probably at the end of this month, of going to Disneyland with Adelina, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were thinking about it, but the only moment that I had like that where we had to double check everything was last week. I went to the office. I just had to go grab some stuff, and Isis didn't have to work, and she's like, "Yeah, why don't we just come with you, and we'll like stop by your dad's work and say hi, and we'll say hi to our to our friend Joey, and we'll just see all these people." But of course, like, it's a lot of stop and go. So of course, on the way there, Adelina is normally super good about falling asleep in the car. She didn't really like settle down in the car, so she was just kind of chilling, being vigilant, looking at all the clouds, seeing all the cows as we were driving by, and she never really got her sleep. So of course she was super stoked to see Grandpa at work. Everyone at my dad's work, I've known them since I was like 9 years old, so they were all super stoked to be like, oh wow, like Julio's got a kid. And then I go by the office and I'm having some conversations with like leadership and all these people, and all of a sudden I come out of the office, and Issa's like standing in the lobby. I was like, what are you doing here? She's like, she was losing it in the car. Like, she was absolutely just going nuts. I'm like, oh, she's just so tired. I'm like, poor girl. So then we get back in the car. We go visit my friend Joey, and she still hadn't fallen asleep, but she was like super stoked. She was like super stoked to see somebody else. So she's like, oh hi, like hello. And then finally she falls asleep. Like, by the time he gets to San Francisco, but bro, what should have been like literally a round trip 3 hours, right? Like, turned into like an all day thing, literally an all day thing. And I was just like, oh my God. And then we get home. She's fussy. She's upset, but then she eats and she just crashes. She hits her crib, and she's, I'm out. And I was just like, oh my God. So I get what you mean, where Stephanie's like, oh yeah, let us come with you. And it's like, I just had a plan just to fly as fast as I could and just go. Like,
Yeah, you don't have
you
to have
know,
the baby stops. You don't have to. You can
yeah,
just drive with them talk radio on or whatever you listen to and just
yeah.
chill.
I can't
But
tell you how
yeah,
many times I had to play the happy song. Does Carter like the happy song?
we haven't played that. No, we just. I think it's right
It's
now.
like,
It's a Miss Rachel song. It's up. This is up. This is
oh
down.
yeah,
That song.
yeah, yeah.
He started saying up yesterday. He's like up,
Oh really? Oh,
up.
that's cool.
Yeah, he
So
loves it.
so Adelina got into that episode now, and she was totally like intrigued by it. She sat there on her own, balancing
Hmm.
for like 10 minutes, and I was like, check you out. But
Standing
now
up, standing up.
no, sitting.
Okay, okay.
But now she's like crawling and she's getting like her
Yep.
slug move. She's like just dragging herself across. She's like a soldier in the mud.
Oh man, dude, we
It's
just
crazy.
got Carter a little baby like couch or his own little chair, because he's
Mhm.
literally just sitting at the TV like this. Because the TV's like maybe like
Up.
6 feet up in the air,
Yeah.
and he just sits up like this. I'm like, let's get him a cute little kid chair,
Yeah.
and
And
it
I'm
was like
just like,
$40 on no, you get $40 on Amazon. He doesn't even sit in it. He just lays on it and goes ah, and he'll like mess around. He'll lay on it. Then I'll like go over and like tickle him or flip him over, and we like mess around. He doesn't even lay on it. He, if anything, he just walks on it because like it's like uneven and it's like and he has to work on his balance. But like I'm like, come on, man, I got you that. And then he's still like he's sitting next to it.
you
I'm
should
like,
just get him a beanbag chair.
just for oh dude, that would have been smart. But he loves climbing on things.
I know.
He's walking so fast. Today I accidentally bumped his head. I went to throw the trash out, and he usually follow if I'm the only one out there and like Stephanie's in like a session in with the door closed, he'll like follow whoever's out there. I go outside to throw the trash away, and I always open the door slowly because I know that he could potentially be on the other side. And I did open it slowly, but I still heard a little bump, and it was him. And he falls, and he's like, "I'm like, what are you doing, man? I wasn't like, what? You gonna put your hand? You're gonna try and open it from like pushing it the other way? Like, what are we doing?" But
That's like Adelina with her boppy, right? So obviously the boppy helps her get her legs underneath her. She puts her hands down. So now she's like, because she's like, oh, something's already got me, got me sitting up. She like will sit there, and then she does like a plank. So today she did like a full on push up plank, and then she like lost her balance and like rolled, and all of a sudden I just hear the little rattle of like the toy, and she's just like she's laying there on her back like. And I was like, "You okay?" And then right when I said, "Are you okay?" she goes, "Ooh," and I just pick her up, and I'm like, "What happened?" I was like, "Here, let me give you kisses." I'm like kissing her all on her cheek, and then she just starts giggling. But I was like, "Oh my god, this girl!" I was like, "She's just all over the place." But I mean, even when I was making her lunch, I put her in like the corner of like the couch, like on her little mat. And next thing I know, I'm hearing rattling, and I'm like, she wasn't that close to her toys. She literally slugged herself all the way over to like the far side of the couch. And we have a huge couch, and like our living room space is massive. Not as big as yours, but it's still pretty big. She slugged herself all the way across, and I'm like, how did you get onto the hardwood floor? Like, how did you get over there? And she just looks at me, she just goes, and she's like, puts her head down. Crazy.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. But what do you have? What do you have in place? What are you going to play any golf this weekend? Even though it's Mother's Day.
No, there's no way. The only chance I would have been a Saturday where I'd be in Oakland. I know Stephanie was saying like because I have her. She has a women's driver. Like a cheap one that I got on eBay just to get her into it.
She's got a non-binary driver.
Oh man, but she's like, yeah, like if you want, we can if you want to find a driving range on the way home, we can, go to the driving range. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, like she's like, bring my driver too, and I can go. And I'm like, yeah, we could maybe do that. But I'm like, we'll see depending on how tired I am from working from the day because I got to be at this event at like 7:30 in the morning, and she's taking him to Alameda at the near the beach for the first time. Gonna do a kite, have him mess around with the like the little, they don't have, it's not like much waves or anything, but it's just like little sandy area right out there.
I'm trying to think of like where.
I couldn't tell you where, but I know her sister used to live out in Alameda, and right there was like a little cove. Whether it was like I don't know where it was, but
Like in Jack London Square, probably. Maybe
no, no, no,
no.
no. That's Oakland. That's Oakland. I'm talking Alameda.
Oh, okay.
So isn't that different?
I have no idea. I've lived here now for 12 years, and I'm still just like I don't really go to the east. I don't really go to the east side very much.
Yeah, I mean, you go there, you get robbed. So
No, it's not even that. It's not even.
Did you
It's
drop
actually,
your baseball?
I sure did.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my baseball. No, it's not. It's not even that. It's it's not even that. Like Oakland's turned around pretty well. I mean, it's pretty gentrified now. Depending, it's just
Dude, I don't know.
homeless is always a problem.
Our dean of admission was literally just like, dude, I had to drive somewhere yesterday. He's like, I had to drive somewhere to go to a school to see someone, and I drove through like 3 or 4 of like those, what do they call them, like the people who like the tent cities,
Yeah.
And he's like, I was driving my Escalade, man, and like I felt like I was gonna get robbed, man. I didn't even feel comfortable. He lives Piedmont. Isn't Piedmont like the nice area of like
Yeah.
Oakland or whatever? And so he's like, if I was
Piedmont is.
driving in like my Forerunner or whatever, I'd feel, or my Jeep, no one would look at me. But I was driving my Escalade, and I was like, oh man, I'm about to get robbed out here.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like more of the robberies happen over by like Hayward, Berkeley. Because it's
Berkeley, Berkeley over there, man.
Yeah, well, it's just because it's where all the homeless sit. I mean, you got all the restaurants. I mean, there's tons of foot traffic over there. You got all like the trendy little bars.
Yeah.
They can sit there and entertain and ask, all they want. But yeah.
Yeah. What about you? You're going. You playing any golf this weekend anywhere?
I was gonna say I'm gonna try and sneak out Sunday, but I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
No, I don't. I wanted to play tomorrow, but we're gonna go surprise my mom since we won't see them for Mother's Day. So
gotcha.
Isis, nice. Adelina, and I were gonna go surprise her at her work.
Cool.
Bring her some treats and some flowers, and give her a early happy Mother's Day.
Nice. So you're not gonna try and surprise Isis with a beautiful spa day and have Adelina get watched by your daughter, by your sister. You're good to get it.
I already got that planned, man. That's already that's already there. I got her a very, very nice spa day. It's not going to be on Mother's Day, obviously, because it's super busy, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and find a brunch. We're going to go to brunch on Sunday.
Bottomless mimosas.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to try and get a brunch on Sunday, and then just hang out, do whatever she wants to do. But then, Thursday, she's going to have a very nice ladies' day.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. I honestly don't even know what we're going to be doing for Mother's Day with my wife. I've asked her a few times.
You can't ask. You got to be assertive and just book something.
We're probably just going to, it's going to be like 95 or 97. And so we're probably just going to take Carter to the pool. And I'm going to love that.
So then what you should do if you're going to be like, and this is a tip for all the dads out there, if you're just like, things are a little bit tight, maybe you don't want to spend, like, put the effort in, like, especially if you got the little one, make breakfast in bed for her with your own bottom mimosa, right? Get her favorite breakfast made, have Carter bring it to her, but like
Carter can't even walk with anything right now.
Well, I mean, just like have him assist you, like holding it, right?
He's try and flip it. What is that, Dad? What is that?
Yeah,
what is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Do that, and then what you do is you take the I don't know if in your backyard, if you have like lava rocks or anything like that, just put.
Dude, we have dirt. We have nothing. We have dirt right now. We're still trying to get a pool one day.
Well, then you can get.
You're
some
screwed.
Candles. You can get some scented candles. Have her just lay down and just you give her a massage. When Carter's taking his nap, you give her a massage. Tell her how beautiful she is. Tell her how great she is. Tell her how just amazing of a mom.
She's tired of that though. I say that every day. I mean, like,
well, then make sure you get her extra tired of hearing about it on Sunday.
Great. I'm getting the doghouse on Sunday. Gosh, man.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. I grew up with all of my aunts and obviously my mom. So I was the youngest. I was the youngest boy. in my family, so I couldn't go on any of the fishing trips. I didn't go on any of the dudes trips because I was just too young still. When my dad, my god brother, all my cousins were gone, I was stuck at my aunt's house with my mom and all of her and all of my tias, like listening to them, chip about or just share their
Yep.
drama with like all the dads. Oh, he doesn't do this. Oh, I just wish that we could go off one night, and he's just blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't want that. I don't ever want to give my significant other like a reason to like complain about that. Like that's how I've always been, man. Ever since then, I'm like, you know what? I do want me time, but at the same time, like I gotta take care of the person that does a lot of the stuff for me as well. So
Facts,
yeah,
man. Facts.
straight up facts, dude. I mean, I made a TikTok. About if you're gonna go take day trips to go play a lot of golf, like simple thing to do on your way home, just stop by Costco, stop at Rayleigh's, stop at wherever you possibly can. Target, get like a gift card of like Amazon or Sephora. You can never go wrong with Sephora. Maybe even like her, if it's like she's like a favorite lunch place. Like we both are, we both date or not date, but we're both married to women who are in the medical field. Like you can always get Panera. Panera is the franchise
Go-to.
hospital food.
Yeah.
You can always get
Get a
that.
Dick's Sporting Goods gift card. Oh wait, my bad. That's mine. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And then just grab flowers, and I
Yeah.
guarantee you, whatever they thought they were gonna say about like, John, I can't believe you were gone for 8 hours today. It's like, nope, it all just goes to ease, and you score at the end of the night.
Win.
Win,
Oh
win,
man. But
man.
anyway, we got derailed a little bit here. But the Wells Fargo Championship.
Oh,
When
yeah.
that's
You got
where we
another
originally
Yeah, you guys got another 30 minutes.
Oh man, no, but it was crazy. Wyndham Clark, I think, won his first tournament. And let's see here, he beat. How do you even spell Wyndham?
Warriors won tonight too.
Yeah, boo. They got lucky. Wyndham
The
Clark,
Cavs suck, dude.
they did this year. But Wyndham Clark got his first win. He outshined Xander Schauffele, Harris English, and Terrell Hatton at the top of the leaderboard.
Leaderboard.
And I was telling you that he actually, I think he's with Callaway Odyssey. Like that's like his sponsor. And Ricky Fowler has this putter, and he, for whatever reason, either tried his putter out or whatever, and asked Odyssey to create the exact same putter that he had, liked the feel of it, and it was just draining putts. And I thought it was pretty interesting because I feel like the putter is probably the most changed club in a bag for somebody, based off of how comfortable they feel. If you could have 5 or 6 putters that you just rotate going off of which one's the hot hand at the time. But I feel like it's really interesting because golf is such a mental game, and as long as you have a little bit more confidence, I feel like that can go such a long way with your putter and with your strokes on the course. And it clearly showed. I think he shot like 19 under,
It's pretty
which
impressive.
I know, right? 19 under, and apparently he was hitting a lot more 6 to 10 footers that he was struggling with. But how many putters do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
So I have 4 right here. I have
Oh, boy.
4 right here. I have so 2 of them are actually like collectibles. So I have the Newport 2 Trillium putter, which is like the one that Brooks Koepka has.
Mm-hmm.
I have that one like bagged up and just not
And
used ever.
you're giving me that one for my birthday next year, right?
I mean, I don't know if that'd be probably the most expensive gift you'll probably ever get.
Probably.
I have that one, and then I have the Odyssey Prototype 001 Tour Edition. It's the oil drip one, so I have to like put oil drip to keep it from like rusting and all this stuff. Then I have a Scotty Cameron Newport 2 2014, and then I have a TaylorMade Spider Tour X here, and then in the garage I have I have the Toulon. I have the Toulon Austin blade putter, and then I have the Toulon Las Vegas uh, slanted neck, and then I have the Scotty Cameron Phantom X 5.5 slanted neck as well, and then I have the one that I'm gaming right now, which is my Ping PLD. So I have a lot.
Wow, man. Yeah, I have my Scotty Cameron Phantom X 5.5, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah, and then actually,
and then
well, and I'm actually leaving two out. So in the
oh,
closet, I have a lab B2 B.2 center shafted putter as well too, and then I have another collectible that I got from a trade that I made on Facebook Market, um, for a swag dolphin putter. So
hmm.
it's like the icy. Remember those icy machines?
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
with
So
like the
it's
little
a
bear.
yeah. So it's that, but it has a dolphin at the bottom, and it says like swaggy on the back. But the
Hmm.
cool thing is it's a tri-sole putter. So it's literally a replica, in my opinion, to like Tiger's putter. It has a tri-sole with like the little dot on top, and then it's got a blue shaft in it with like a sick red grip, and it says
Is it
swaggy.
is it baby blue kind of putter?
Mm-hmm.
The head,
Yeah.
at least the head.
No, the head is silver, but
Okay.
it's got like red and blue lining on it.
Dang.
Yeah. And that one I traded some Mira wedges that I had gotten from like a secondhand store that the guy didn't realize what they were.
Nice. Okay. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
I'm kind of a putter slut.
My name's Julio, and I collect putters. Hi,
Yeah,
Julio.
exactly. Hi, Julio. Welcome to Golfers Anonymous. This is where we meet to talk about our spending problems.
Right, right. Was it like that meme that's like when your wife sees like another like long box coming in?
How
What's in
much
the
was it?
box? What's
How
in the
much was it?
box?
No, the one of how much was it? They gave it to me. How much was it? It was free. You're telling me they gave it to you for free? Yeah. I love that one.
Man.
When everyone was buying the when everyone was buying the first stealth when it first came out, and they were all using their boxes of like the wives would see it and be like, how much was it? Like, they gave it to me. What do you mean? How much was it? Don't worry about it. How much was it? They gave it to me. It was the best.
Oh man, oh man. I feel like it's a good time to end the pod for today. Like we mentioned earlier, thank you guys for checking us out. We're up to over 100 views on Spotify. If you haven't already, definitely please give us a rating of. We'd really appreciate that. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube,
Yeah.
Twitter, really anywhere. We're at all social media pages.
And I kind of just want to ask, a question, to the audience here, and to, just to everyone, like, for YouTube, would you guys prefer to see more of like on course play, from John and I really feel like that's kind of like the trendy thing. But again, not just trying to, backpack off other people. I just kind of want to know, like, what would you prefer to see more of? You know, obviously John and I are pretty good with our drivers and our shots off the tee boxes, but it's kind of weird when you take like your camera out there to film yourself miss a putt.
It's
In
the
my
worst
opinion.
feeling, dude. It's the
Yeah,
worst feeling, dude.
in my opinion. But
Ugh.
yeah,
Yeah.
but all right then, guys. Well, have a good one, and we'll see you guys next week.
Stay fly and go low.
That's right.